So anybody who's been following me on my blog knows that I've been experimenting with VIM, which is a text editor on Linux. And I have found that the program that is available for Windows, VIM for Windows, or GVIM, which stands for Graphical Vim, text editor for Windows, also, they're almost identical. There's a little bit of a difference, not too much. The spell checker is better in Windows. But the graphical interface and the text-based interface is almost identical in Linux, which is really nice. So you get a similar interface all the way across the board. And I'm getting to where I can actually get some stuff done in Vim. Now there is a difference between VI and Vim. Remember, VI was the first one. That's the one where you use the characters to move around on the keyboard and not the arrow keys. And it has a very specific way of getting around and making things work. Vim is actually VI improved, and it is a more feature-rich application, though you wouldn't know it to use it. I particularly like one really awesome feature of the Windows version, and that is you can run Vim from the command line and in a PowerShell. So you can edit things inside the command and inside the PowerShell environment. I know a lot of people are like, why the heck would you want to do that, Kelly? Well, it makes it really, really nice when you're stuck somewhere and you just need to change a configuration, or you want to construct a line of command line, a very long line for the command line, and you can just throw something together. You want to throw together a quick script, you want to do anything of this nature, and I just can't tell you how nice it is to have that available in Windows. Finally, I've seen some other editors try and do it, but it would have been a whole nother genre of text editor to learn. So what I'm doing is I'm forcing myself to try and learn a little bit about Vim. I'm not an expert by any measure. So I don't know, I have become a Vim enthusiast here of late, now that I've gotten the spell checker to work on Linux. The spell checker blows, the interface is terrible, but it works, and once you memorize the keystrokes, you actually get some stuff done. One thing I did learn, it doesn't create the folders under your user directory by default. So when you first try to add words to the local dictionary, it says, oh, it couldn't write the file blah blah blah. And the reason it couldn't write the file blah 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 is because the folders don't exist. You have to go into your home directory and create the .vim/spell folder. Not only that, but that also saves a default Vim configuration file. All these files show up once you run Vim after you've created these folders, and you can go in and edit them and set the default settings and that sort of thing. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know, the instant you run Vim, it should at least attempt to make those folders. If you have rights, it should create those stupid folders. I don't get why you have to go create them by hand. I vaguely remember having to do this in the past, but I mean, this is 2012, for God's sake. The stuff should do this if it can by default. You should have to turn that off for it not to do it. Maybe VI should not do it and Vim should. Anyway, so I'm trying. This is the first editor I've gotten to work all the way across the board in Windows and on Linux, and that I can actually get something done in and use. So yay me.